Welcome to the Ripple Podcast.
The podcast where we tell you stories about strange and unusual things.
And the ripples they create.
AKA the story after the story.
I'm Rosa.
And I'm Angela.
And this is the Ripple Podcast. And welcome home.
Get Ripple, the bright new drink with that ring-a-ding flavor, Ripple.
What does that mean?
I just wanted to welcome you home.
This isn't my home.
Just welcome home.
What? I'm so confused. What are you talking about?
I will explain it all. I will explain it all.
You're just not going to explain it right now?
Nope. It's just a mental note.
I'm probably going to forget by the time you get there.
That's all right. I probably will too.
Okay. It was a great thought, though.
Yeah, sure.
So?
Okay. Do you have anything to say?
Anything to say on
a podcast?
I just noticed that we have a crossbow in our pod office, which is good to have, I guess. That could come in handy in case of the zombie apocalypse or something.
Yep. There's also like hockey sticks and stuff in case like we want to dress up like Jason one night.
Oh, we need a mask.
I can't wait for Halloween.
Oh, if hopefully Halloween isn't canceled.
Oh, if Halloween is canceled, I will be so sad.
No, this whole pandemic is made for Halloween. Everybody has to wear a mask.
You're already in your costume.
Yeah. I mean, you're set. You just like keep your okay, perfect. Trick-or-treating, you just leave the bowl of candy out. No need to contact.
Yeah, don't touch it.
Just perfect.
Yeah.
Just take food from strangers, bring it home. You'll be fine.
So I have a really funny story to tell you, and I've only told one other person this.
Okay.
And now I'm just going to share it with our pod world. So obviously, I've mentioned this before on the podcast that I help out our grandma a couple nights a week.
Mm-hmm.
I stay over there and help her. She's 95, just, helping out with little things here and there. So she's not alone. And part of the things I do for her is I water some of her plants that I see that might need a drink.
Perfect.
And I've been doing this for about 2 years now.
Okay.
Today I discovered that I have been watering plastic plants.
Holy shit, are you
for the last
me?
2 years.
How did you just find this out right now?
Because, okay, first of all, they're air plants. So they kind of look fake anyways. There's not
I know her air plants.
Right. They're sitting above the sink.
Yeah. Those are fake?
See?
I had no idea.
I know. And I've been watering them. They're totally fake. I even took a picture because I wanted to show you. Like, I didn't know if you had to recognize or would recognize
air
them.
plants, don't you just like give them a little spritz?
Yeah. I threw them under the sink. Look. Don't they totally look real?
Yeah, those are really nice.
I know, but they even have like a little bit of brown on the tips.
They have like
stuff.
little exposed roots too because they're air plants.
Uh-huh. And they don't need soil. So yeah, I've been watering plastic plants for 2 years.
How did you finally discover this?
Because they never flowered. And I may have like squished one of the leaves to see if it would break off in my hand. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So... yeah, that was my embarrassing story. But hey, the more you know.
Hey, they fooled you for a long time.
Yeah, they're cool. I'm going to keep watering them.
Well, okay.
Well, it'll just wash the dust off.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm with
that's
you on
all
that.
I was doing. I wasn't really watering them. I was just rinsing the dust off. Oh my gosh. How did we forget this? We have hit 1,000, over 1,000 now. Downloads, listens, over 1,000. I know. Round of applause for us.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Most successful podcasters get that in like one episode, but hey, it's actually kind of insane to think that people have listened to our voice
1,000 plus times.
1,000 hours of our voice being played.
Yeah.
All around the world.
I'm so sorry for your ears.
We're in more countries now.
Yeah, we're in Argentina.
Oh, that's exciting. Exotic.
Spicy. I can't remember that. I think
I
that
don't
was the
remember.
newest one I saw.
There's a few new ones, but I do remember Argentina. I don't remember the others. But we're out there.
Mm-hmm.
Our voices have traveled further than I ever have.
Keep spreading the ripple love. And we're going to be doing a giveaway pretty soon.
Yeah, I was just
there's
going to
a
mention
teaser
that.
for that.
So we don't really want to do all the details yet. I think next episode, stay tuned. We're going to have a super cool giveaway. We're bribing you to love us.
And share us.
And for attention and affection and tell us we aren't horrible. We'll give you presents.
Yeah.
So
total bribery. It works.
Hey, we're not trying to hide anything. This is completely shameless.
No. But we have not bought any listeners.
Yeah,
or followers.
It might be because I haven't figured out how to. That might be part of the reason. But no, we have not. We haven't bought any followers. We haven't bought any listeners.
I know people do that. So when they have 400,000 5-star reviews, they have paid for those. So I'm happy with our 7 reviews.
Well, no, we have more. We have more ratings.
Right.
I think we only have like 7 reviews. But hey, I'm okay with that.
Totally.
I'm a little afraid. Okay, let me just point out this. So this morning is, it's Wednesday right now. So our last week episode, when you're listening to it, came out today. Rosa got really frustrated and tired with this whole ordeal of trying to get it to upload because, I don't know, technical difficulties.
Because I was at my grandma's house and her Wi-Fi sucks.
She was like, F it. I'm just calling this Angela's episode. Mm-hmm. And I was so embarrassed that you just straight up put out Angela's episode.
And in the description, I wrote info.
I didn't even see that
all
part.
I wrote. Because I had to write something and I was done. I was so frustrated.
I'm okay with it. I'm happy with our little collection of listeners. It's good.
Yeah. And we're going to get more. I'm confident.
Yes.
Do you want me to tell you a story?
Yes, please do. Oh, wait. No, I'm going to interrupt you one more time.
Oh, my gosh.
So there is no cocktail for freaking mob mentality. So I brought kombucha.
Hey.
Because the mobs love kombucha.
So I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm brewing my own kombucha again.
Oh, that scares me a little bit.
I've done it before. It's so good.
How's your symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast going?
My SCOBY.
Yeah.
Great. I got it from my friend Kenji.
Uh-huh.
He dropped off some SCOBY at my house.
So you have a science experiment in your kitchen?
On my counter.
Is it growing?
Totally. And it's bubbling. So good. Yeah. So we're drinking booch.
Yeah. Same old.
That's all right. It's maybe one of these days they'll sponsor us. Send us some free booch.
Flying Embers from Ohio.
And Boochcraft. Okay. So here's my
Chula Vista.
That's
where Boochcraft is from.
That's good. Okay, here's my sources. blogs.scientificcamercan.com, independent.co.uk, gadflyonline.com, outsideonline.com.
Why?
And lhstorch.com.
You're doing it on purpose now.
I totally am. And Wikipedia. Okay, so ready?
Wikipedia.com or wikipedia.org?
.edu.
.co?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so here we have the Salem Witch Trials, the Holocaust, sporting events, stock market crashes, the internet. What do those things all have in common?
I'm assuming mob mentality.
Well, yeah.
Is that a wild guess?
Because you kind of knew the subject. But yes. So obviously mob mentality. That's my subject matter for tonight.
Okay. You're going to have to explain a couple of those to
I
me.
will. I'm going to get to it.
Okay.
So it's also known as like herd mentality, mob mentality, pack mentality, gang mentality. Those are all kind of different variations of the same definition.
Okay.
And it's mainly like how the grouping of people that are influenced by their peers, they can adopt certain behaviors on mainly emotional rather than rational basis. So it's like a collection of people, and no matter like how good their intentions may be, they sometimes can find themselves drawn into doing something that they wouldn't normally do because they at the time believe it's for the better whole of the group. Okay. So stay with me. This is a quote that says, there are several reasons why crowds have this effect. Acting as part of a group can make individuals feel more anonymous and less responsible for their actions.
That makes more sense.
Okay, both of which can promote aggression. Crowds may also change what constitutes seemingly appropriate behavior. If everybody else is doing something, it seems more justified or correct. And then on the flip side, perpetrators may knowingly commit like the wrongdoing to seek the approval of those around them, so as not to like stand out or not, you know, they don't want to do it, but if they don't do it, they feel like they're gonna stand out more.
Right.
So obviously not all mob mentality is a negative thing. There are some actual like positives from it, and I'm going to tell you about one of those positives because some of those are pretty dark. Anyway, so but yeah, the Holocaust, I don't want to do that.
No.
It's too nope, not happening. So I'm doing Burning Man.
Oh.
Okay. So Burning Man, for if you don't know, it's a annual week-long event that takes place in the Black Rock Desert in Nevada. And its name actually comes from the burning of like this giant statue or like art piece on the last day of the event.
Isn't it like made out of a bunch of sticks and stuff?
It depends. Every year it's different. So I'll tell you how it first started. And then every year the man changes. They have like different themes, and it's craziness.
We've talked about Burning Man before. I think on the unicorn episode. Yeah, we did, because I said if I ever went to Burning Man, I would be rocking back and forth locked in a porta potty.
And I would be dancing naked across the sand dunes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some people actually consider Burning Man like a large-scale social experiment, which is pretty interesting. So it started back in 1986, and it was just a little small group of friends, and they decided they were gonna like burn this. They called it like an effigy on San Francisco's Baker Beach, which is like just west of the Golden Gate Bridge.
Okay.
I mean, so it's pretty much out in the open. And people weren't really sure the original, why it started. Some people say it was like a tribute to summer solstice. Some just say it was guerrilla art. And then some people say it was a man's attempt to exercise his heartbreak. And it actually started by this guy. He was one of the co-creators, Larry Harvey. And he had a friend named Mary. And she used to have like this bonfire on the beach every year, and she stopped doing it, and so he wanted to bring it back. So he kind of wanted to recreate this like kind of fun time.
Okay.
And he's hanging out with all these people, and they're all artists, and they're just creating art together. So he's like, okay.
I totally thought you were just gonna say they're all high out of their mind.
Well, that too, probably. And he's like, you know what? Let's burn a man on the beach. He just out of the blue, like it's his vision. I'm going to burn a man on the beach.
Sounds like a great idea.
And he's like, honestly, there wasn't much more to it than that. Do you want to go build a figure and go burn it for the solstice? And the guy responded, yeah, sure. So the first year it was just like a little teeny stick figure, like with some scrap wood, and they made it to kind of look kind of man-like. You know, it had like a little bit of a pyramid shape, he said. Kind of designed after his ex-girlfriend.
Oh, and that's nice.
Well, he said he wanted to burn her out of his memory.
Oh.
So that's kind of... So
eternal sunshine of a spotless mind.
It did take place on the solstice, and it was a human. So it was actually like a woman. So Burning Man... It actually started as a woman.
Okay.
But they say now that the man is like whatever you need him to be.
Oh.
So it's kind of represents whatever, if it's an excitement, you know, you want it to, you know, light that flame inside of you. That's what it is. If you want to burn something out of your memory, that's what it is.
Burning Man is whatever you need it to be.
Yeah.
Okay. That reminds me, do you remember hearing that story about that woman in Colorado? She was like a park ranger, and she had that really bad breakup, and she went out into the forest and she took a burn pile of all of her ex-boyfriend's things.
No.
You don't know about this? Oh, we have to do a story about this.
No. When you started telling me this story, the first thing that came to mind was the astronaut chick that wore the diaper.
Oh no, that's another good one too. Though no, but I don't think she burned anything. I mean, she may have. She was a whack job, but no, she did straight up like Friends. Remember when they had the breakup on Friends and they had
the firemen came?
Yeah. So she took like pictures and stuff, and she went out into the forest and she lighted a fire, do this whole ritual, ceremonial, burn them out of my life type of thing.
Sure.
And then she started like the nation's largest wildfire.
Oh, shut up! Oh, that's sad.
It is, but. Yeah, we'll do an episode on that someday.
Yeah, totally.
Terrible breakups.
Yeah. So besides that little group of people, like the little artists, he said there was only about like 4 other people around, and they just came over because they saw the flames, and a couple of them had like a guitar and a tambourine. And
he's very San Francisco of them.
Totally. And it's funny because one of the guys is like, yeah, I don't even know if they really like wanted to join in on the party. I think they just saw a fire and wanted to get warm. So they're just hanging out, having a good time. So that was the first year. It just started like a little bonfire. They had to move it because obviously the police and the fire department were like, this is not going to happen anymore. Like, you guys can't keep doing this. So in 1990, they moved to Black Rock in Nevada. It's just this huge, like, vast of nothingness. Out, sandiness.
That's a good idea.
Well, yeah, much safer.
It's much better than Colorado forest.
And probably much better than San Francisco next to the bridge.
It's probably not that flammable.
And this was a really cool little quote I read. And it says, you weather a few dust storms, you see a few rainbows, look at the sky at night. It's like being on a boat in the ocean, except it's not. You can walk on it. And as you're walking on it, you're entering into the Burning Man area. You hear people say, welcome home, burner. So they don't greet each other with a hi, hello. They say, welcome home, and they hug.
Oh, I hate it. I already hate it.
You're so out.
I'm so not going to Burning Man ever.
Not
that I ever would, but no, that just sounds horrible. You just have a bunch of strange hippies coming up and hugging you. Absolutely not. I want no part of it.
I'm so all over it. I'm buying my ticket and I'm going next year.
Do they sell tickets? That was going to be one of my questions.
Yeah,
okay.
And I'll tell you about that. So the first thing that you learn when you arrive is that you're not done. Like, you don't just get there and you like start a party. You have to figure out your shelter. You have to figure out what you're going to do for shade. You're coming and...
I have all those things at home.
And you're setting up your campsite.
We are Pod Jerky, 2 Canadian buddies serving up multi-flavored audio jerky in every episode. We share entertaining stories, social experiments, commentary, and review from our daily lives. Pod Jerky. Make it a double.
Now... if you were going to go to Burning Man in 2021, there'd probably be close to 50,000 people who come out to the desert, and they create this like temporary but total like legitimate city. And it's got like its own street grid. It has its own laws. And this is the kind of the mob mentality for the positive. So they do away with a lot of like the most fundamental institutions, which would be like money. Money's not allowed. Instead, they do like a barter economy.
How long is this thing going on where they have to set up a freaking economy?
I think it's like a week, maybe 10 days.
Oh, okay.
It's a while. It's a whole, like, that's your vacation. But some people don't even call it really a barter economy. It's more like a gift economy. So when you're packing to go to Burning Man, a lot of people pack extras of things with intention of gifting them to strangers.
Okay. Like
so,
what?
like extra drinks, extra, because a lot of people go get around drugs, sure. Not clothes, because clothing is totally optional. And that's another part of the mob mentality, is because so many people are naked. If you're wearing clothes, you almost feel like you're standing out.
Oh.
So that's kind of like, obviously we're not going to walk around naked, in the Target, but at Burning Man, you almost have to. It's not a rule, but because of the people around you, everyone else is doing it mentality, most people strip down to nothing. So make sure you have extra sunscreen.
Yeah. You ever had sunburned nipples?
Never.
Well,
never. I don't really want that.
There you go.
People get around on bikes a lot because they don't allow cars.
No.
They do.
They're riding around on bikes naked.
Well, yeah, and a lot of them
are like, I don't have a penis and testicles, but I would imagine that would not go over well.
Well, you think a vag on a bicycle seat's going to feel any better?
It would be better, maybe.
I don't know. Maybe they're like the seats, like the ones that you can rent at the beach.
Like the big
like
beach
a bench
seat? Oh,
like those kind of bicycles.
I hope they bring some Lysol wipes with them.
Yeah. Anyways, so extra like biking supplies, grilled cheese sandwiches are like super big at Burning Man.
Vegan grilled cheese,
or just cheese.
Okay.
But whatever is needed, they give away, and they give it away without expecting anything in return. And that's why it's kind of like the gift economy rather than barter. And an example that was given was like, okay, my car went into a ditch. And if, you saw someone that needed help, a lot of people would offer to help.
Okay.
But then there's other people that would be like, well, what's this person going to do for me?
Who thinks that?
Well, some people that just drive by. So it's like they're helping each other out without expecting anything in return.
Well, that's really nice.
Well, absolutely. There's also their own lingo that they have at Burning Man. Everyone that goes is a burner.
Okay.
And then I already said like the whole welcome home. They hug instead of handshake. They have like 10 rules, and I'll kind of go over those in a little bit. But there's like, 10 kind of like rules that you have to follow. The Rangers, and they're kind of like, they call them like the sheriffs without having to involve like real sheriffs.
Okay.
And it's just like when they still did have cars allowed in the, there was someone that was driving through and they were totally going way too fast and not being safe. So what some of these Rangers did was they went and they took all the air out of their tires.
Oh, no.
And they put a note on their car instead of a ticket that said air pressure is a privilege.
Funny.
I
support that. I think I'm back on board with Burning Man
because of their Rangers. Yeah.
That's pretty great.
That's a good lesson right there.
Yeah.
They do allow guns.
Okay, I'm on board again.
And you would totally like this. So in 93, there was like a drive-by shooting range. And
a drive-by shooting range?
Uh-huh. And
what?
And a golf skeet. And they were like so they were super safe about it. It was like 10 to 15 miles outside of camp.
Okay.
And it says for the golf skeet, we had one guy with a 12 gauge and one hitting balls with a sand wedge. And you'd get points every time you hit the ball.
Oh, this sounds amazing.
But they did away with that when this one guy showed up with a M1 Grand. Yeah.
Oh, that's a bummer.
So,
I mean, I don't think you would be very successful shooting that.
But yeah, it kind of sounds fun, right?
Yeah.
And of course, they burn stuff. They burn a lot of stuff, not just the Burning Man, but then they explode stuff. There's stuff that's like lit up with LED, giant rave. And kids are allowed. Kids under 12 are free. If, I don't know how I'd feel taking my 6-year-old with a bunch of naked people and whatever.
Hey, nudity is completely natural.
Well, and we're a very naked family, so.
Oh, I know that.
But they're saying like it's, a tribe, like you're safe there. So there's, kids are, But there have been bad things that have happened at Burning Man. So this one guy, he was drinking and he was on a motorcycle and he was kind of playing chicken with this van. And he started like running up real fast next to the van and then backing off and then running up real fast next to the van.
What?
This is when the cars were still allowed.
Okay. I'm just confused.
About?
So he's riding alongside it?
Uh-huh. Because they're not like on real roads.
Because I was envisioning like playing chicken, like you're going head to head.
Oh, sorry. No, I guess that wouldn't be called chicken, huh? Tag? Is that a better word? He's playing tag with the van.
Yeah. Was the van involved in this, like playing this game?
Not
too?
necessarily.
No? He just felt like riding up and I'm going to touch the van.
He wanted to see how close he could get to it. Well, okay. He got really close. And the mirror of the van actually decapitated him.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
I was just about to say play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Now I feel a little bit guilty about that, but I said it anyway. I mean,
that happened. And then there was another.
That's a strong mirror. Like, that's almost an endorsement for that mirror.
Well, maybe it was like a moving van, some like, not like a minivan, but like a,
not the collapsible kind. The kind that have actual bars that are like bolted onto the side of the door.
A hardcore one. I don't know. Yeah. But pretty bad.
Yeah. It's not the greatest idea.
And then in 96, there was another accident where someone was driving recklessly and they drove over a tent with a couple in it. And it crashed into another car and it like burned the hot radiator fluid, got like all over this lady. And the couple had to be medevaced.
So bicycles sound great.
That's kind of why they were like, okay, we're done with cars. We're done. And, that's better for the environment. And if that's kind of what they're...
Yeah, you just deal with the crotch sweat and
just keep going.
Along.
Little extra baby powder and you're good to go.
All right.
So yeah, there is like maps that map out like, okay, this is where this art installation is, because there's beautiful art that sets up in the middle of the desert. I mean,
I'd like to see that.
Very, very talented artists that set up these massive, massive art installations.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like tents where you can, get sushi off of a naked lady.
Oh no.
And there's tents where you can have like, listen to this band coming to play. So there's all these different things, and there's actually like street grids and, directions set up to find these things.
Well, I just saw a picture and it looks freaking massive. Like it looks like it's something that you would expect to see there year round. Like it's a straight up town.
It is. It really, really, really is.
But they leave. They're not there all year.
Well, and that's part of their big thing is they say leave no trace.
Oh. So
they come, they party, and then they leave with nothing left behind. So the people that set up Burning Man, they actually have formed an LLC, and it's called Black Rock City, and it is a $23 million per year organization, and they have 40 full-time employees, hundreds of volunteers, and they donate to multiple nonprofit art foundations that give out grants. And then because like I mentioned, you do have to get a ticket to go. They did like a lottery for it. Unfortunately, some of the people, like the veterans or the big artists, didn't get tickets through that lottery system. So the, $450 ticket that it normally would be, people were selling like $1,000 on eBay to go.
That's insane.
Kind of crazy,
that is
right?
So much money. And wait, okay. So it's what did you say? Like the minimum price was?
I think minimum was $250.
$250.
I think that was minimum.
And what do you get? You just get to be there.
You get to get in. And then if you are like driving in, you have to pay a vehicle fee, but it parks. $100 for a vehicle
for
fee.
your car to be parked there.
Mm-hmm.
For how? And it's for 9 days.
9 days.
It's just weird because like you're just paying to like hang out with people.
But I mean,
in the desert for a week, and you're bringing all your own stuff.
Yeah, but you're getting entertainment. And I was gonna tell you some really funny stories because I was looking up like funny kind of Burning Man stories, and one person calls it like a Montessori for grown-ups, which I kind of loved. Okay, so there are 10 principles of Burning Man that one of the co-founders, Larry Harvey, wrote in 2004.
Okay.
And so these are like the guidelines for Burning Man, kind of like their rules, but they don't really have rules, but this is kind of what they stand for and represent.
Okay.
So the first one is radical inclusion. So like anyone can be a part of Burning Man. There's no age, sex, race, religion, like anyone.
Even a prude like me?
Yes, even you would be welcomed with naked hugs at Burning Man.
Okay.
Gifting, which I kind of already went over, was the whole like, barter gifting system.
I like giving gifts.
I do too. That's one of my love languages.
Yeah, I really like to give gifts.
I much prefer giving. I mean, obviously I like to get gifts too, but I like to like search out and see what someone will like. I enjoy that.
You appreciate the giving and the receiving?
And the receiving and the giving.
And the giving.
Yes.
I'm glad you understood what I was saying.
No one else is going to get that. No one else is going to get that.
There will be. If you
watch Friends. Oh, sorry.
You just gave it away.
Okay.
Oh, well.
So the other one is, and I like sounded this word out so many times, decommodification.
A decommodification?
Thank you.
I'm saying that like I know what it means.
Well, it's very strange. I'll read this one.
Okay.
I don't really understand it myself. But it says, in order to preserve the spirit of gifting, our community seeks to create social environments that are unmediated by commercial sponsorships, transactions, or advertising. We stand ready to protect our culture from such exploitation.
Wait, I'm confused.
Okay.
So they don't want to make it into like a big commercial event, right? That's what they're kind of saying.
Mm-hmm.
But then they're selling tickets for it.
They're selling tickets because they have to limit the number of people that attend.
Oh, I see. But
and so much of the money is donated back to nonprofits.
Huh. Okay. But what they're saying is that it's never going to be Burning Man brought to you by Monster Energy Drinks.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So then there's the next one is radical self-reliance. And
I like that.
Yeah. So it's the encouragement of, a person discovering themselves and their inner resources. Like, what can you do?
Take care of yourself.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. I'm coming around to this whole Burning Man thing.
So going to be
as long as nobody hugs me, I think I'm kind of good.
Everyone is going to hug you. And then the next one was radical self-expression. So just be yourself. You can be a part of a group, but they're almost saying don't have the mob mentality. Like, if this is what you believe in, then awesome, go for it. If these people also stand for what you believe in, then great, more power to you.
So no cliques, no mean girls.
Uh-huh.
I like that too.
There's the communal effort, which is just, working together. And that's part of, like the cleanup process.
Okay.
There's the civic responsibility. And that's community members who organize events should assume responsibility for public welfare and endeavor to communicate civic responsibilities to the participants. Again, just like, hey, be safe. Don't be stupid. Because, a lot of people there go crazy. And
that's kind of what I had in mind.
And a lot of people do. But you can do it safely.
Okay. I respect that.
If you want to trip on mushrooms,
go for it.
Then
I'm all
knock
for
yourself out, but have a babysitter so you're being safe. Participation, and they're just saying that whether in the individual or in society, it can occur only through the medium of deeply personal participation. We achieve being through doing. Everyone is invited to work. Everyone is invited to play. We make the world real through actions that open the heart. So if someone needs help setting up their tent, help them. So don't just be an onlooker.
Don't be an asshole, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm coming around. Maybe I can be a burner, maybe.
And then the last one is immediacy. So immediate experience is in many ways the most important touchstone of value in our culture. We seek to overcome barriers that stand between us and a recognition of our inner selves. The reality of those around us, participation in society, and contact with the natural world exceeding human powers. No idea can substitute for this experience.
Huh.
So here...
that was a lot of words.
And it's a lot of like words just like thrown together too.
Word salad.
There it is. But I'm going to tell you some funny stories about people that have attended Burning Man.
I do have to say that I did look up some like super when you were peeing.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking amazing artwork.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Like this, like full on whale in the middle of the desert. That it's just like, it's huge. It's just super, super cool looking. But I also have to note, which makes me like Burning Man a little bit better, I did not see anyone naked in that picture. Oh. They were all fully clothed.
Maybe that was like the setup process. Maybe they weren't naked.
They weren't fully immersed in the Burning Man culture yet. They hadn't unveiled their true selves.
Yeah, the mob mentality hadn't kicked in yet.
Okay.
As soon as that one person strips down, then everyone does it. Okay, so here's some fun stories. This one says, I once traded 25 glow sticks for a ride on a small airplane that was nearly out of gas, flown by a crazy guy who I later saw drive a 16-inch penny nail through his dick.
Wait, what? Okay, back up. Because I'm like, first, glow sticks. Duh. Cliche Burning Man. Second, flying a small airplane in the desert. What? That sounds cool. Right? I'm all for it. Third, 12-inch nail through...
16.
Oh, I'm sorry.
16-inch penny nail.
I'm always just, underestimating the inches.
They usually exaggerate.
It was totally 12-inch. That liar. Wait, what? Huh? Why?
I don't know the why. It was for shock value, for art.
Art.
Self-expression.
Okay. He made himself into a human fountain.
Yep.
Gave himself a blowhole.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow. Okay, then.
Okay, here's another one. There's this girl, and she decided to wander out onto like the playa, which is like the sandy area, one night for a little.
Wait, what is it?
Playa, Playa.
The beach?
Sure. Sand. I guess that's like a word.
It's a Spanish word.
Oh, okay. Does that mean beach?
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought it was like what they called it.
I mean, maybe. It could have been.
I
don't know. I might be assuming things.
I didn't take Spanish. She wanted a little alone time, and then she's like walking around in the dark, and she's like, she sees this porta potty like out in the middle of nowhere.
And that's where I'm hiding.
And she's like, you know what? I totally do have to pee, and I might as well pee in a porta potty rather than just out on the sand.
Okay.
So she walks over to the porta potty, and she opens the door and comes to find out that it's not actually a toilet after all. There's a guy standing behind a wooden bar top, and he's got shelves of liquor behind him. And he smiles at her, and he's like, quote, "Welcome to the smallest bar in the world. What would you like?"
Oh my God, I love it.
And she's like the shock wore off, and she stepped inside, and she ordered a shot of whiskey.
Wait.
And she hung out for a little while, had a few more drinks, thanked the bartender, and then walked back to camp.
Okay. I have so many questions. If this really happened, that is amazing, and we need to go. If this is all a drug-induced hallucination, that is amazing, and I'm way too scared to ever experience it. But I can appreciate it.
Well, and the best part of the story, she says, was like, how long was this guy standing in his like bar waiting for someone to come? Wait, I have two more funny stories.
Okay.
So there's a man that pedaled up next to us with a little cart attached to his bike. He asked us if we liked grilled cheeses. We, of course, said, fuck yes.
Yeah.
So he got off his bike. He opened his little cart and proceeded to make us fresh, hot grilled cheese and bacon sandwiches with ice cold Bloody Marys to fill our canteens with.
So we're doing a ripple trip to Burning Man. I have to apologize.
I've totally converted you.
I apologize for all of the prejudice that I've held.
The negativity towards the naked burners. All right, and the last little funny story is a story from my friend. This is a quote. It says, he arrived with a lot of jewelry, one set of clothes, and a bag of weed. He was offered a drink of, quote, water and doesn't remember anything else other than he woke up a day or two later.
Oh, no.
Next to 2 random chicks.
Oh, no.
One with a strap on.
Oh, no.
A sore ass and a burning sensation when he pees.
Oh, a whole new meaning to the term Burning Man.
But he's planning to go back again.
Oh, wow.
So I kind of liked that. So these are, I mean, it's not the most serious, obviously, mob mentality story, but interesting. And I kind of want to go.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds pretty magnificent. The only thing is, there's just a lot of people, and that scares me.
Yeah, you don't like a lot of people.
No.
I like a lot of people.
I do.
My biggest fear, and I guess I would be accepted, I guess is the word, but I would get lost. I'd be riding my bike or walking around.
Like probably you're afraid of getting lost at Burning Man?
And
not apparently everybody there is your friend.
Right.
So,
and I could probably sleep in someone else's tent.
You would always be home.
Welcome home, burner.
Wow.
Right?
That's also my biggest fear. That's interesting that like you being lost, me being welcomed as family by random strangers is my biggest fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting though. Like I totally thought it was a bunch of hippies getting stoned and having orgies, to be honest.
It is. There's
I'm sure there's that too, but it's like,
yeah, if you look at the map, there's the sex area.
Oh, you left that part out.
Well, I think the map changes yearly though. They do have like themes every year.
Okay.
That the Burning Man, like the actual like statue Burning Man is kind of created after. Like one year it was like sci-fi themed. One year it was I can't even remember. But there's a bunch. And like probably the whale one was, I don't know, under the sea. Who knows?
Under the sea.
But yeah,
Wow.
Burning Man. I know people that have gone, like personally gone many times.
Really?
Oh, look at the UFO burning.
Wow, that's super cool.
It's amazing.
I mean, I can appreciate it. It sounds super cool. It sounds like it would be a really fun time. To be honest, I would probably never actually want to go, but it sounds super. I mean, I'm all about those Bloody Marys and grilled cheese.
Right?
That sounds like and a whiskey bar, like random
In a toilet.
Oh, I don't know about that part. But dang, okay.
There's way more. There's so many funny stories, but I mean, 9 days is a lot.
Oh, that's way too much.
I think 2, maybe 3.
Yeah. Three's pushing it.
Well, you'd have to pace yourself. I mean, you couldn't like blow your load on the first couple days, and then you'd be, shot for the rest of the time. All right. So that's Burning Man. Do you want to pick your story for next time? Or your theme for next time?
Yeah. Okay.
Get the basket.
I have to do my along the way.
Oh, right.
We need to rename it because I'm not researching with you anymore. So it's not really something that I'm finding along the way. So we'll have to come up with a new name. Psychics.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
That'll be super fun.
Oh, wait. What's going on? There's a new picture.
Beautiful.
Wow. Burning Man is gorgeous.
This is like a ballerina, like held up by a giant.
She's a puppet ballerina.
Like what are the matinee? Nope. Macrame? Nope.
No. What are they called?
Marionette.
That's close. It was an M. You had the first letter.
I was getting there.
Wow. Dang. There's some cool stuff that happens at Burning Man.
We'll post it on our Instagram.
Whoa.
See? But that's a good mob, right? That's good.
It is.
Good mob mentality.
It is super cool. Wow. Okay. I guess I've never really looked at it before. Look at me being all prejudiced and stuff.
You know?
Oh, look at this.
Open your eyes. Open your heart.
What are these things? It's a jellyfish. Look at this super cool jellyfish.
See, that might have been the under the sea with the whale and stuff.
Whoa.
So a lot of that stuff that the artists create, they are actually creating it there with stuff that people have brought for them to work with. So they don't even necessarily know what people are bringing.
So people bring this stuff and then they make these amazing burning
statues
figures afterwards, like throughout the 9 days.
Right.
Wow, that is impressive. There's the whale. Look how cool that is.
That's beautiful. It's beautiful.
That's so cool.
On that white sand. I mean, it's awesome. Okay, so do you have a story for me?
I do have a little short story for you. So do you remember back in September of 2019, the good old days, as I like to call them?
Yeah, when we thought 2019 sucked.
Yeah, remember those days?
Remember that?
Take it all back.
Mm-hmm.
So back in September of 2019, there was a Facebook invitation going around.
Okay.
About storming Area 51.
Oh my gosh, yes.
They can't stop us all.
They can't stop us all.
Let's see them aliens.
Show us them aliens.
All right. So obviously it got a ton of attention and like some ridiculous amount of people said that they were going to go.
My brother wanted to go.
1.4 million people said that they were going to go.
They were going to storm Area 51.
They were going to storm Area 51, but did you ever hear what actually happened?
No.
And so, despite millions of people responding to the public Facebook event, Nevada authorities said only about 40 people gathered at the gates before being confronted and dispersed by law enforcement. A little bit of a letdown.
That's sad.
They didn't get to see them aliens. So they said that they saw no one actually trespassing at the Mercury Highway entrance of the Nevada National Security Site, but they did stop and take a look at the facility and, of course, take their selfies.
Right, they had like signs and take me to your leader and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. All of the pics. But only one person was arrested, and it wasn't for attempting to free an alien. It was for public urination.
Oh, no.
So the more you know.
That's funny.
They said that they saw no trespassing signs at the Mercury Highway entrance to the Nevada National Security Site, but they wanted to look at the facility, said the Nye County Sheriff's Office on their Facebook. Since then, the two men were sentenced to a year in county jail, which was suspended in favor of a 3-day imprisonment and a monetary fine. Wow, that was really scary for a second. So Maddie Roberts was actually the creator of this event, and once it got super viral, he was freaking out a little bit, thinking that like maybe he would get checked by the FBI. But so like he kind of backtracked. He like discouraged potential visitors from actually going to Area 51. But he said he just like made it one night at like 3:00 in the morning because he was bored.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. And then there was a few others afterwards that were made, like something about finding Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Give me that hairy chunk. And then like finding the Loch Ness Monster and all kind. Oh, that's great. Sometimes the internet is wonderful.
Have you ever participated in like a mob mentality type thing?
Do you know me?
Actually, I wanted you to say no, and then I was going to say, liar!
I was going to, of course, say no. I never want to be in big groups.
Okay, so you have, though. And
have I? What?
Concerts. Would you normally sing out loud, super loud, by yourself in the middle of a...
Yeah, I have, and I do, and I continue to do it every time I drink at home. Yes.
Okay, no, not at home, like in a group setting. But would you just stand up and start belting out a song?
Yes.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I would. If I'm drinking as much as I'm drinking at a concert. Yeah.
Well, but that's considered like a mob, like a group herd mentality, because everyone's standing and singing at a concert.
Oh,
so you're following the mob.
Maybe I am the one who's initiating the singing, though. And the mob is following me.
No, I think the singer is initiating the singing.
Well, there is that. I think that's a bit of a stretch. I don't know. Oh, you know what the worst thing that you got me to do?
Dress up?
No. Worse than that. Pay money to live in a van for a weekend.
That was so fun. What are you talking about?
Oh my God.
Ragnar. It was awesome.
It was definitely like a category 3 type fun.
I don't know what that means.
You don't know the categories of fun?
No.
Okay, so there's category 1 fun.
Super fun or not fun?
Category 1 fun is like, this is fun while I'm doing it. And then you look back at it and you're like, dang, that was fun. I'm going to do that again. That was so fun. Mm-hmm. Category 2 fun
Who makes up these categories?
I don't know. The fun place, probably.
The fun place. My mom's the fun place.
Category 2 fun is like going skydiving. Like at the time you're like, oh my gosh, this is so scary. But then as soon as you land, you're like, oh my God, that was so fun.
Okay.
Let me do it again.
Got it.
Category 3 fun is it's definitely not fun while you're doing it. And you're never going to do it again.
It was not category 3. It was
okay. It was fun in the regard that's like, yeah, we did that.
We ran 200 miles in 2 days.
Not really.
In a team, we did.
As a team, we did.
It was a relay.
It was a lot of time with a lot of people cramped in a van. There's not
sweating.
A lot of sweating going on. A lot of feet around and near each other.
When you have 6 adults in a van, plus all their gear and food.
And you pay to do that.
It was so fun. I would totally do it again. If anyone has a Ragnar team that they want me to join, let me know.
Adam will join with you.
Okay. We'll have a co-ed Ragnar team. All right. Until next week, Angela is going to be doing some research on psychics. Can you give me a psychic test? Like those.
I honestly, okay, this is how I know we were related. As soon as I pulled psychics, I'm like, oh, I bet there's a test somewhere where you can like figure out if you're psychic.
Like those cards, and you have to say, oh, it's a circle. Oh, it's a heart.
Yes, I've seen those.
On Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah. That's where it was from.
See, all of our episodes are just coming together.
They are.
They're rippling, if you will.
There you go.
All right. Until next week, don't forget to be a fountain.
And not a drain.
Bye.
Bye.